Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan, the Miyazaki man Sai, and the name on everyone's lips right now overnight, Miyazaki man Sai, Liverpool Fan in Japan. No, actually I digress a little bit. Yeah, it's true, but also Takefusa Kubo. Just before we get into it, big shout out to my brother from another mother, Andy Cantwell, for a fantastic interview. I hopped over onto his channel, we had a great chat, lots of collaborations hopefully coming soon. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of that collab, and if there's any other content creator that you'd like me to catch up with, let me know in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts. And just a quick word on Takefusa Kubo, right? A lot of people are looking into the highlights. I'm sure you are looking into the past statistics, all that kind of thing. Look how long it took Luca Toni to get going. Martin Odegaard at Arsenal, he had to find his place. I know the fees are slightly different, but quality is quality. The cream of the crop rises to the top.
The cream of the crop!
So, is Sponichi publisher accurate? Is he coming to Liverpool? What is that wage package? He doesn't score enough goals. He's a midget. Let's get into it. Now, I did make that video saying that Takefusa Kubo could be Arne Slot's ideal signing for his system, for what he's trying to implement, for what he's trying to do. Now, there is a lot of speculation going around. There's a lot of volatility, including from message boards, Reddit, forums, Twitter. Is Takefusa Kubo good enough? He's not scoring enough, his metrics, etc. Now, I'm going to allay some of those fears, but let's start first and foremost where it all began. Sponichi, a Japanese outlet, fairly hit and miss, but usually quite reliable for Japanese players, especially with big moves moving abroad, says Takefusa Kubo is in the final stages of finalising his transfer to Liverpool. Finally, transfer gossip, transfer news that we can get behind. He's the next big coming, the Coutinho of the East. Basically, 60 million euros. Whew, bit pricey, but I tell you what, Barcelona and Real Madrid were fighting for a signature. They both took a punt on him. They realised his potential from a young age, tried to integrate into the system, and now going from club to club and on loan, he's at Real Sociedad, where he can finally establish himself. Now, Real Sociedad aren't the best team in transition or in attacking phases of play, and he's been shunted around in different roles as well. But we'll look at that and we'll explore that very soon. Let's talk about the financials. 60 million euros. That is his apparent asking price. However, it says that Liverpool are prepared to pay 65 million euros. Why on earth would you pay more? Well, we know from precedents set before that Liverpool like to extend the duration of having to pay that transfer fee over time, staggered payments, installments, do it for the books, do it for the safekeeping, the cash flow, etc. So it makes sense to come to some sort of agreement whereby you pay a larger amount over a longer period of time to allow you the cash flow, to allow you room to wiggle in financial fair play and for other ventures as well, expanding Anfield, the stands, infrastructure, all that kind of thing, other transfer dealings, some that you might have to pay upfront, right? So minimum free release clauses, which you have to pay upfront like we did with Dominic Szoboszlai, RB Leipzig last season. And then a proposed annual salary of 15 million euros is sky high. Now, Miyazaki man Sai, I'd love to see more Japanese players in the Premier League, especially at Liverpool, with Wataru Endo, Man Mountain, keep Takefusa Kubo in check. I'll come on to why Takefusa Kubo needs to be kept in check in just a second, but imagine Takefusa Kubo gives it some of this. And they'll be like, pong. I'm prepared to help Liverpool fund this transfer. I have with me here a golden note. It says be happy 88888 or something of that kind. See, Liverbird right now, some kind of golden chicken. Don't know who this lad is, but the stamp of approval, that's like what? 800 million yen. That'll go a long way to signing Kubo. Let me just do the exchange rate. Just over 4 million quid. Can't even afford Kubo's left nut, let alone his left peg. Yeah, sorry, I digress. Now, if Takefusa Kubo does come to the Premier League, he's going to be following Kaoru Mitoma, Taki Minamino. By the way, Taki Minamino in chapter 1 of Wataru Endo's book Duel makes fun of Endo and talks all around, oh, shenanigans. We won't get into it now. I've done the translation for members. Join if you haven't already. It's the price of a cup of coffee a month. But yeah, he's going to join Kamada, who also joined right from Lazio to Crystal Palace. Great signing for them, by the way. And Tomiyasu and Maya Yoshida at Southampton previously. Yeah, sets good precedence. But 15 million euros a year sounds a bit off to me, because that would make him one of the highest earners at Liverpool. Saying that though, Liverpool is the only club in world football that I think has the highest chance of reaching Takefusa Kubo's ultimate sky-high potential. He's a genius of the wing, playmaking on the inside. Now, Arne Slot's system, I believe he's going to transition Mo Salah starting wide right into the central Mo Salah positions, number 10 behind a Darwin Núñez, behind a Diogo Jota, where he operates efficiently. I'm going to make a separate video on how he's going to unlock Darwin Núñez as well. But the key is Salah's passing and playmaking abilities has become absolutely vital for giving the strikers the type of balls they need to thrive on. Takefusa Kubo can get into those positions in those areas as well. I think Takefusa Kubo has more acceleration, more pace and better dribbling ability than current Mo Salah. But keep in mind, Takefusa Kubo is only 23 years old. Mo Salah is 32, right? Opposite ends of their career. Takefusa Kubo has sky-high potential, but the most important thing that people need to understand about this type of signing, statistics can give you a representation of what the player can achieve in the previous team system under the previous manager, the previous coaching techniques, the previous training techniques. They only give you an indication of what they're capable of. The eye test can only give you an indication of what they're capable of. But what's the most important to Guardiola, to Jurgen Klopp, to an Arne Slot is the attributes of the player and what they can do to fulfill a function in their system. Much different than formation, you have a specific function. Now, Mo Salah's function is a right winger with a left foot who can come inside and play make behind Darwin Núñez. One of the things that I think Darwin Núñez suffered from the most last season, apart from being asked to press relentlessly, which isn't his natural game, is he doesn't have those slide rule balls thread in behind him where he can utilize his pace and hit it first time, hit it with a touch out of his feet, right? He was expected to do a different kind of finishing because there's not a player close enough to him to feed him those through balls because we don't play with number 10 or playmaker. See Newcastle, right? When they're not set up to defend the Mo Salah coming inside and slide ruling that ball onto a Darwin Núñez to finish with aplomb twice for the ultimate comeback. Obviously, we were down a man. What a beautiful game for Darwin Núñez to announce himself. We didn't have a player close enough to Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota to continuously slide them through. And what I noticed is different from Arne Slot's system and Jurgen Klopp's system is the fact that Jurgen Klopp changes the point of attack and then uses pace and power and ability and says, I will get you into that position, and then you go gung-ho into the opposition's hole. Any hole's a goal, different topic. I think it's a different system under Arne Slot whereby he'll work the position a la Guardiola. Positioning is the most important, and if you set up a low block in front of him, he will dictate the shape and the tactical passages of play to turn it into a game-winning scenario and say, okay, you've set up your low block, defensive midfield, anchor man, half-back, full-back, centre-back, back three or whatever. I have my three right-sided players, Salah or Kubo, Jota and a Núñez, Trent Alexander-Arnold or Connor Bradley, Dominic Szoboszlai or whatever, to invert, to make the shape, to have a spare man through the system, through the hole, through a dummy runner, to find a spare man on the inside or over the top on the outside, or a quick 1-2 return of play, extra man overload and send him the ball through, that kind of thing. I can draw it on the tactics board, I might do it in a bit, see how I feel. But with this in mind, Takefusa Kubo fits the philosophy of Arne Slot being a technical player. Jurgen Klopp likes pace and power and drive on the wing, cutting inside to be an inside forward, inverted wingers, right foot on the left foot on the right, doing their thing. Whereas Arne Slot puts a player into that 10 and Mo Salah half space position to play make and make the magic happen. Now, if you get Takefusa Kubo into that position again and again and again, his metrics will rocket up and up. Now, people talk about we need a replacement for Salah's goals. Mo Salah's still here, and he scored a lot of goals last season, and he got a lot of assists. In fact, is it a record number of assists? I don't know. Someone quote me, let me know in the comments below. Smash a like on the video, by the way, helps the video get seen. Takefusa Kubo, in a system designed to exploit his abilities, is a game changer because he's very quick with his feet, sight of feet as well. He's got a right foot as well as a left foot. His left foot is predominantly a lot better. His shot could be worked on a bit more in terms of power, but in terms of placement and accuracy and making the most of clear goal scoring opportunities, he's pretty good at that. He's got a much better front post shot than Mo Salah does. He needs to work on a far post shot. But the thing that really good is Takefusa Kubo is his passing is on point. He's very balanced. So as soon as the ball enters his feet, he can adjust on a sixpence to send the ball through. Dominic Szoboszlai struggles with this. McAllister has it in his pocket. He can do it. Harvey Elliott can do it. And this is a comparison as well. People say that such an expensive signing that's similar to Harvey Elliott. I think Harvey Elliott has a different role to play in Arne Slot system. I think he'll be played as an advanced playmaking player in the midfield as one of the three in the middles, and even in a deeper position where he can take the ball, shift the ball and rotate and push up further as well, because Harvey Elliott is a very mobile player, but he's a comfortable player taking the ball in any position. He's got a great shot, got a great delivery, and somewhat not a specialist winger. He doesn't take the man on. Takefusa Kubo's dribbling is better than Harvey Elliott. He's faster than Harvey Elliott, and he's more used to playmaking with an attacking player in front of him and trying to slide rule the ball through. Harvey Elliott is really accomplished at receiving the ball, giving and playmaking, and with delivery from deeper as well into the far post, from right to left, cutting inside. With an overlap, Harvey Elliott can play on the right hand side, but as a standalone player, which Arne Slot sometimes do with his wingers, I think Takefusa Kubo is more well versed on the right hand side, and I think he could even transform into a kind of Felipe Coutinho kind of player, because Jurgen Klopp, remember, in his first iteration of real Liverpool quality, 4 up front: Firmino, Mane, Salah and Coutinho. Coutinho predominantly is a left winger, left-sided 8 who roams into the left winger spot as well, cutting inside and bending it top corner. Now, you can't tell me that Coutinho is super fast, but he's got techers, he's got balance, he's got skill and dribbling ability and a great shot, all of which Takefusa Kubo can develop under Arne Slot's guidance. But the most important thing and most impressive thing about Takefusa Kubo is he looks to pass and he looks to play. He's not always about himself getting those metrics and goals up. He will look to feed a Salah, look to feed a Nunes, look to feed a Jota, look to play intricate plays, 1-2s in and around the opposition area. That space in between the number 6 and the defensive line opposition is where Takefusa Kubo operates predominantly and is super effective. We haven't got another player, because McAllister can do that role, but he's somewhat more of a midfield mainstay. He stays around the centre circle, he drifts into the numbers 10 spaces, but he's not really starting or base there. And you wouldn't catch him there all the time, right? He drops deeper to pick up the play. He likes to get involved. He likes to get his foot on the ball. Whereas Takefusa Kubo is a moments player. And these kind of players blow hot and cold. You can't always expect them to have the sky-high games. But these are the type of players who can get a 10 out of 10 game. On another given day, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. But he's not bought to be that consistent player. You have your consistent players. You have your Curtis Jones. You have your Dominic Szoboszlai. You have your Alexis McAllister. Your Wataru Endos, right? He is a game changer, a game breaker, of which I really enjoy seeing the creativity, the magic. Luis Garcia is such a great comparison with Takefusa Kubo, for the fact that Luis Garcia wasn't super silky in terms of dribbling an opposition, tying them up in knots. He wasn't super quick either. He's diminutive and small, but he was Liverpool's number 10. He drinks sangria. It's football heaven, and that's what you'd see with Takefusa Kubo as well, coming in from the wide position and dominating in the 10 position as well. I think a lot of people put way too much emphasis on the size, the fee, the wage package, his goal return, his assist, without seeing what he could offer in an Arne Slot system for next season and the seasons beyond. And that is what I'm particularly interested in. Can he make an impact in this Liverpool team? Has he got a place in this Liverpool team? Can he work together with the players in and around him to make an effective unit and create game-winning scenarios? And I really think he can. Now, we talk about his personality as well. He's not hot-headed, but he's overconfident. He's got a good kind of arrogance in the way that he backs himself, and he thinks he's a game winner, and he thinks he's better than the opposition. And you need that confidence to try to pull off your trickery, try to pull off that slide rule pass, that inch weight perfect pass to get a Nunes through. Now, Nunes is incredibly quick off the mark, and he'll be looking to poach in and around and off the last man's shoulder. If a Takefusa Kubo can get Nunes in behind goal that split second earlier, Nunes is not going to be caught offside, and that is such a big thing, because how many times was Nunes caught offside? Way too many times. The players were not on the same wavelength when he's making that run. The ball's got to come instantly. Ricky Kaká putting the ball through. Juan Román Riquelme putting the ball through. Pablo Aimar putting the ball through. Michel Platini putting the ball through. Bernd Schuster putting the ball through. Michael Laudrup, absolutely perfect. On the plate for Darwin Nunes. Off you go, first time. These kind of players with the balance and poise to receive the ball and release it. They know what they're going to do with the ball. They know the channels, the lines, where the defender's going to go to, and the type of ball to hit over the top. Severely lacking in a modern day game, but he's the type of player that can do that. And under Arne Slot technical build-up system, I really think Takefusa Kubo has a role and a place to play. Because if you want your Mo Salah to score your goals and your assists, then we have the Mo Salah. He's not the Mo Salah of old, but he's a different Mo Salah. And if you want your pacey, mercurial dribbler who absolutely got the techers to take a man on, then you got Lucho Diaz and you got Gakpo come aside with a long shot as well. Takefusa Kubo is something different, an unknown quantity in the Premier League, but will be kept on the straight and narrow because Wataru Endo takes no prisoners at all. Read his book, it's fantastic. It's so funny as well, by the way, some of the things he says, which you wouldn't imagine, right? Because he's straight ace, he's straight face, straight edge, gumshoe, but actually no, he can take the piss out of himself somewhat slightly, especially when it comes to life things and family life kind of things, right? You wouldn't expect it. Oh, and speaking of family life stuff, I was out and about with the Mushroom Boy Ato. We were out in the arcade. Those Gacha Claw. I'm so good at UFO Gacha Claw games. Got way too much time on my hands. Not really. I love them. I'm obsessed. I found Japanese Arne Slot and got him. Got him. Have a look. Looky. Japanese Arne Slot in the Liverpool red, actually. Looks a little bit more like modern day Benitez. Shiny. And I want to give a special shout out to all the members supporting this channel. We're now at 21 members. I did say if we get to 20 members, I will release one of the members' videos on public for everyone to see. I'm going to do the Glenn Price video, the official Liverpool FC interview. Why not? Let's get it out and about. Coming soon to you guys. Thank you so much to Debs P in particularly, Joseph M and Captain Has, LFIJ, Liverpool Fan in Japan, member tier and above. A shout out to you guys. Much love for the support. I'll tell you what, guys. Each one of your memberships is actually the equivalent of like me making 3 videos. So every little bit does help. Love you guys so much. Official Christmas card, commissioned artwork, or good Japan goodies throughout the year. Going to send to you guys ad hoc. Ping me your address on Discord. Coming soon, okay? Thank you so much. But yeah, wingers who can play on the right hand side with a left foot, a quality left foot as well. Few and far between. Lamine Yamal, obviously we know about him, right? Pedro Neto, for example. Michael Elise would have been good, but he's a little bit injury prone, and I think he had his heart set on Bayern anyway. And sometimes it's around finding that potential diamond in the rough, which is a Blue Lock concept. Blue Lock is a fantastic football anime in Japan. Check it out if you haven't already. Samurai Blue, the shirts are awesome, by the way. Season 2 is coming out soon. Really looking forward to it. But sometimes you need to find a diamond in the rough to mould them into the 80, 90, 100 million pound player. I think Sadio Mane, Southampton, over to Liverpool. Mo Salah at Roma, over to Liverpool. Roberto Firmino, underused by Brendan Rodgers. Look at the statistics and metrics of a Roberto Firmino wing back and central midfielder under Brendan Rodgers. Ay caramba. Taihen, yeah? But Takefusa Kubo is that kind of player that's waiting to explode, because everyone knows how much talent, how much dormant talent this guy has. He just needs the right system and the right support and backing to showcase it to the world. And I don't even think the Japan national team is set up for a player like Takefusa Kubo, because they haven't got that pacey, consistent, threat, hard-working forward man. They've got kind of hold-up players up front, right? So Takefusa Kubo can't really slide rule ball at anyone, because he's not a single one-man band dribbler that weaves his way in and out of everyone. He's not. He beats the man with slight drop of the shoulder or feint of skill or burst of acceleration to get into position to play make. And the funniest thing is, Wataru Endo, I've talked about how he's going to keep Takefusa Kubo on a leash, keep him on the straight and narrow, help him make the most of his career, become a legend, hopefully, right? Imagine Virgil van Dijk next to Takefusa Kubo. And if Takefusa Kubo does something Arne Slot, like, he's gonna solar beam his ass off the head. And Kubo's like, my eyes, the shiny one. But yeah, before I carry on, right, I got loads and loads of merch to get through. Time to change it into one of the vintage merch that I bought off Mercari. Obviously, affiliate links and link below gives you like 10% off your first order or whatever. Straight to your door, anywhere in Europe or worldwide. You really should order some stuff. I love my kit. One sec. Alrighty, so we have a package right here. What's inside? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. But we'll find out. And by the way, I will be doing a giveaway of 5 pieces of Liverpool kit, Liverpool merch, as well as some of my favorite chocolates in Japan. This is limited edition Ghana. This is like some exuberant, exotic, salted butter premium chocolate. It's probably from Ghana, right? Ghana chocolate. They only sell this like 2 months in the whole year. So I bought loads. But I need to lose that dad bod. Must be at least like a B cup by now, right? I need to lose that dad bod, pocha. I'm going to show you the gym that I'm whipping up. I'm so skint at the moment because I put all my money into a little summer gym. But we're going to earn the 5 kit giveaway and earn the chocolates. That's why I'm giving you the chocolates, right? I'm too pocha. I need to lose the dad bod. So if I can burn off enough calories to see 2 visible abs by the end of August, I'll give away the 5 kits and all the chocolates. Or if I can get free Liverpool videos with 5,000 views back to back, then you would have done me proud. I'd be happy. And then I'll do the same, 5 chocolates giveaways and 5 pieces of merch as well. I'll probably do it on a spinny wheel thing. I'll put the exact rules on how to win, how to enter on my Discord. Join the Discord because we do daily banter. By the way, this kit, I recognise it. It's a little bit small for me. It's from Mushroom Boy Ato, number 11, Mo Salah kit. So he's probably napping at the moment, so I'm going to open a different kit for myself. We're going to go for this delightful polka dotted package here out of the one of many. It's red. Woo, okay. It's not even a shirt. It's Warrior. Wait a minute. That's another chibi one. That don't fit me. It's for the kid again. He would love that. 3rd time lucky. We're going to open this one. Okay, something that will probably fit me. There's the Liver Bird right there. It's Adidas. Smells vintage. Smells like leather. This is, and what is this? Wait a minute. Liverpool FC Adidas. This is like a leather, some kind of leather hybrid jacket. Can you see the texture and tonage on that? Where in the world did I get this? I know where, Mercari Japan, but where in the world did they get this? This is like leather. I've never seen this before. Got to get this bad boy on. I think it costs like 7,000 yen, a little bit more pricey than my usual vintage deals. But 7,000 yen these days is about 40 quid, 40 squids. Official merch right there. I'm really liking the look of that. That's some kind of bad boy badass, which is super appropriate for Takefusa Kubo because he's not your typical Japanese lad. He is more straight edge. He gives the opposition some of that kind of thing. Don't know why, because he looks so interesting. Anyway, look at this. Wait a minute. Whoa, I'm properly dressed to impress with this. Look at this. They should be signing me for 60 million. Or at least give me some commission or something. I recommended Takefusa Kubo to you guys. I told you it's a perfect Arne Slot signing. Come on. Show some love, LFC. I'll take a 1% commission. But yes, let's bring on the tactical board to show you where Takefusa Kubo fits in Arne Slot's system and why we don't have a player like him. Let's get into it. Alright, we have a tactics board up. Just a quick word to say that Sponichi actually broke the Wataru Endo story before anyone else. Obviously, it wasn't publicized in the media as to the extent of Takefusa Kubo. But they did, in certain cases, they are reliable on Japanese players' big foreign transfers. Another thing to note is that Michael Edwards definitely looks like the sort to look up Blue Lock anime, right? I'm not sure about Richard Hughes watching anime, but Michael Edwards definitely. I know you love your animes, Edwards, mate. And the thing with Takefusa Kubo, when you look at the system, he gets something like 2.1 key passes per game, key passes that lead to great goal scoring opportunities, as well as close to 1.9 dribbles or something per match. Relatively high 80% pass completion rate considering the type of passes he tries to pull off, and he's feisty. He gets in there, he gets stuck in, he's willing to press, he just wants to win. With a close to 1 tackle per game, which, you know, on the face of it doesn't sound like much, but for an advanced player of his stature, 0.8, 0.9 tackles per 90. And then you look at how he'll fit into Liverpool's system, he will be right up there for key passes, I believe, alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, right? He'll be the passer, and Mo Salah potentially as well if he plays with him. I think he'll be right up there for key chance creation and key passes, and he's almost dispossessed less than 1 time per game. He's pretty comfortable with the ball. This is the kind of player that Man City goes after because they've gone away from the pacey Leroy Sané, right? They have Jeremy Doku as an emergency option. They go with silkier ball players. Your Bernardo Silva, your David Silva, even your Jack Grealish isn't a hyper fast, great dribbler at pace, right? Anyway, let's look at Kubo. So Kubo, the thing with Kubo on this particular system is he is really good at operating here and here, the kind of Mo Salah positions. In fact, I think he has a better chance of going around the outside being played in than a Mo Salah for the fact that he's pacier and he's got the desire to play ball at any area of the pitch. Obviously, Mo Salah likes it in and around this half space here, this half space to work his magic to slide a ball through or to get a shot away. But Kubo isn't always looking for the shot. He loves his passing. I've Conor Bradley here just for this example. So Kubo, if you operate in this system, you can imagine that Soboslai holds the width and Kubo operates in this area. And what you get from Kubo here that I don't think any other player has the facility to do is he gets his head up to play a composed ball in the final third. Now, you know the Gakpo and Lucho Diaz start out wide in this position, right? I can see a world where Kubo, in any of these positions, picks Gakpo out in this area without Gakpo needing to transition himself, which allows Gakpo the shot, the far post cross, the front post shot, driving in and shooting across goal, right? How often do we pick up a Lucho Diaz or Gakpo in this position? We don't. We usually pick them up out here. They work the magic, cut inside, waiting for Robertson overlap for the opportunity, take the defender away to cut inside. That is one of the big differences I see in Arne Slot's system, is that Gakpo and Lucho Diaz will be picked up in the half spaces, in the Mo Salah left position, so they have the extra time to make an impact on the game, right? Kubo from this position has a pass into Gakpo. In this position, has a pass into Gakpo. Even from this deep position, has a pass into Gakpo. I think he is well versed in finding a player into the number 10 position. Now, also, a player will need to find him in the number 10 position. But he's probably the one out of that front quadrant who is well versed to do it. Maka can pick someone up. He'll probably pick someone up from deeper. If Maka's the one to play it through, if Maka can find Kubo in that position, super dangerous opposition. Because as I mentioned, his slide ball rule that weighted pass into Nunes to shoot across first time. That is what Nunes lacks. Someone in and behind him, that shadow striker, that Berbatov, that Dennis Bergkamp, that Ike Munayin, that kind of player who goes right in behind close and on occasion, hit and go. Off you go, give it back to Kubo on the reverse, slot it in, left foot. In a good goal scoring chance, Kubo will score. He's pretty clinical when he gets into good goal scoring positions. I would say more so than Salah, who's a quantity shot player. Nunes is a quantity shot player. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because the system can be designed to get Nunes on the end of many chances, to get a Salah on the end of many chances. In fact, it is designed to do that. But Takefusa Kubo, as you know, is predominant in playing in between the lines on both sides, and that's something that I don't think Liverpool really have effectively. Who sits there? You have an attacking midfielder, but he's a little bit limited in escaping the defender and getting the shot away, whereas Kubo is very hard to dispossess because of the low centre of gravity, and I think he'll work well with an overload like Bradley to get in around a bit outside, either square to Nunes or back to Kubo to do something with it. But you might even see Kubo pass into an easier shot for Gakpo to run in and smash it across into the side of net as well, because that's the difference between a player like Kubo and some other players. I know people say take your shot, why hurry up, take the shot, you're passing too many, you become Arsenal, whatever, but sometimes the easiest route to goal is the direct pass to a player in a better position who can put it away, right? And Bradley would work well with Kubo. Trent is a different story. I think Trent would pick him out in here, but you're probably looking for Trent. If Trent's on the ball here, if we replace Bradley with a Trent Alexander-Arnold, if he inverts into the base, which we've seen many a time, Van Dijk, Konate, whoever, Kwanzaa, Szoboszlai holding the width, I think Trent can break the lines of the opposition to pick up a Kubo here, pick up a Kubo in that position as well, because I don't think Trent is as likely as he does with Salah to hit the ball over the top into the wide position, because Kubo will most likely come back inside or pick Szoboszlai out in that position, or try to pick a Gakpo out, or just whip it in, because his right foot is not terrible either. So I think it's more likely that Trent will try to break the lines to find Kubo in those positions of influence, and it'll be Szoboszlai keeping the width. Even with a Salah on, Szoboszlai will be keeping the width because of his delivery, because of his pace, because of his straight line running, because of his physical prowess and his ability to cover the lines if a Trent decides to transition as well into the forward positions. So with that in mind, Kubo really is a Coutinho light on the right hand side, who has room and margin to work his magic. That's the player we really lack in the squad, I believe. Fabio Carvalho is more of a straight edge attacking midfielder, late ball runner. Harvey Elliott is a baller, but he's not a consistent through ball specialist or someone who, you know, really makes those openings on a consistent basis. He probes, which is why sometimes he's very effective coming on as a sub, because when the opposition are tired, that guy who probes and tries to do you in is really annoying. Diogo Jota would also benefit from Kubo, because how often do we find Jota in these positions and he does a silkworm dribble and smashes it in? If you have a player like Kubo behind a Jota, you might end up with this kind of formation, right? This kind of formation, which is really nice, because Maka and Trent can recycle the ball. For all those lovers of Trent in midfield, I'm saying he comes from right back into there. I'm not saying he starts there. Yeah, so Kubo, getting him into this position, allows Szoboszlai to keep the width, which is fairly comfortable at, right? Because he's got time and space to receive the ball on the width. On the wide channels, you have the time and space to get your first touch good, to get your ball out of feet, to whip it in. And Szoboszlai has a really good powered drive, powered cross, you know, into those areas as well. I want to see it more. But Jota running in front post, hitting a thing in, or any spillage out to Kubo to bend it, to place a ball in, would be absolutely magical as well. But those slide ball rules to a Jota to shoot. And the good thing about Jota is he's two-footed. You slide him in and shoot, and you always guarantee he's going to get something on target, and more likely than not get a goal as well. You have that player close to the front player. That's one of the big facets of Arne Slot's play that I'm really excited about. I know Robertson going around the outside, Connor Bradley going around the outside as well, gives you that overload and whatever. But I think Arne Slot's less around pace and prominence of physicality and direct route to goal by changing the point of attack. Over you go there and off you go Mane kind of thing, and off you go Salah, Trent around the outside, Connor Bradley around the outside, Salah go for goal. I think he's more about intricate details, playing the 1-2s, playing the triangles, positionings, and a late runner. I think this is also something we're going to see under Arne Slot, is the late runner into the box. Now I love that because Frank Lampard made a whole career about being undetected roaming into that position and scoring his goal. When Gerrard roams late into the box and it gets to Gerrard, if it actually gets to Gerrard, I know he had like Finnan and Reese and other people trying to pick him out, but it's not exactly the same as, you know, having your Arjen Robben, your Damien Duff, your Joe Cole, not really Solomon Kalou, Didier Drogba knocking it back, for example, that kind of thing, right? We don't really have a hold-up player in Liverpool, so, and I don't think Arne Slot plays with a hold-up player either. He plays with a mobile, versatile forward like Santiago Jimenez. Minte roams around, but he sticks to one side as well. Paik Zhao did a similar thing. You look at Paik Zhao, right? Not the quickest, not super quick, but playmaking, has ability, and Tekers at his feet. The magic in his feet to do good stuff. I think Kubo has a position to work there as well, and on occasion, right? Arne Slot may change the system into more of a 4-4-1-1 formation. In that case, Kubo would be the one behind your striker. I think there's just so much upside in this potential signing that people are getting a little bit lost in the fact that he looks lightweight. He looks a little bit unusual. Just look at him. Just look at this guy. His stats aren't sky high, and the fees involved. But when you have Wataru Endo, right, and Van Dijk and Arne Slot and all the senior players, Kubo will know that this is his best chance to succeed, probably in a lifetime. Now, there's no guarantee that Kubo comes. There's no guarantees that the article is even accurate. But isn't it an exciting prospect? You know, transfer window hotting up as we go into August. We want to see signings. Kubo would be a statement signing. He wouldn't fit every team. He doesn't even fit the national team. He's not lighting up with Sociedad, but he could light it up at Liverpool. That's all I want to say. So as you know, Liverpool pre-season started. We need to get the players in as soon as possible. Get used to Arne Slot's system. Get used to the infrastructure. Make some friends. You've always got to make friends. I need to get my pre-season on as well. Lose the dad bod. Give you all the chocolate that I have here. Ghana. The only requirements is by the end of August, I see 2 visible abs. I'd be happy with that. Or I get 3 videos with 5,000 views back to back. I'd be really happy with that too. So you guys can help me with that one. Smash a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts on Takefusa Kubo. Do you want him? Do you not want him? Is the fee too high? Do you think he'll work his magic? Have you been a fan of him for a long time? I've always loved Takefusa Kubo. He's the man, yo, or that kind of thing. I don't know. Digress a little bit. Miyazaki man, Ichiban means the best. Until next time, Janet means see ya.